And we are live, but it's going to be kind of an abbreviated pre-show tonight, I think.
Really quick, right?
Well, we got like a minute. I mean, we got some time here. What's
A
up,
little bit of
Yankee?
logistics stuff. How you doing?
Very good. I'm happy to
Sweet.
be here. I'm
How you
excited.
doing?
Everything's
Me
good.
too.
Very good.
I'm
I'm
fresh
happy to
off
be here.
vacation, all rested up, so I'm feeling good. Excited about this.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Let's see. I just fixed the mute issue, or the echo is
hmm
good. I think the stream is looking good. A lot of people are showing up already in the chat. What's up, guys? How we doing?
Oh man, I think I just got it. Ooh, I think I just got that cool link. Oh wow. Yes, I'm going to be able to show you something really cool in
You're
this
gonna show it?
live stream. I am going to show it.
Excellent.
Yep.
Houston, we do not have a problem.
I'll tell
All
you
is
right now.
good.
Looks amazing. Man.
Okay, and there's this weird little crown thing on YouTube. Some people have commented on it. It's some type of a
Yeah.
community thing. You can kind of get ranked, I guess, for the community leaderboard. It's brand new, guys. Came out yesterday, so you guys in the
Gamers,
chat can figure it out.
gamers will love that.
Yeah,
Ranked.
I don't,
I'm
I don't
ranked.
exactly know what it means.
I don't either. I just saw that. I was on another live stream. I saw it yesterday. I was like, what is this? Whatever. It looks good.
Well,
Thule's number 2.
well,
Great mod. All right.
let's bring
Get
it
back to
in.
business. Let's bring it in here.
We are officially live on Silver Pros. Welcome. We are sponsored by SD Bullion, and I'm joined by my awesome co-host Yankee Stacking. What's up, Yankee?
Hi, Dragons. How you doing?
Doing very good. Super
I'm
excited.
excited.
Oh man,
Yeah, I know. This is going to be amazing tonight.
we have some special guests, and I think what we need to do is just bring them in. Should we just do it?
Do it.
Would you like to introduce them, Yankee?
Sure. I'd love to. We have Chase Turner from SD Bullion, and we got Josh Fair from Scottsdale Mint joining us. Hi, guys. 2 CEOs. I feel special, don't you? When we get the CEOs, I mean, how you doing, guys?
What's going on?
Good to see you. Hi, Josh.
Well, glad to be back on with you guys.
Yes. I don't know how many times we've been together on Silver Pros. 3 or 4 times, right, Dragons?
We're making it a regular thing, and I'm not
I love it.
complaining.
I love it. No. So what's the format for tonight?
Right, so we got a lot of cool stuff. We have this awesome Scottsdale Silver Eagle stacker round we're going to be talking about, and we are going to be giving some away. And we didn't even really confirm the giveaway, but what are we going to do? What are we going to do tonight,
Dude,
Yankee? You want to say it?
Yeah, don't tell them. We're going to give away one of each of what we're going to show tonight.
Oh, we're doing it, aren't we?
Remember, you always ask forgiveness, not permission.
All right. So we're gonna give. Can I show it? Can I show the giveaway?
There's really 2 amazing things that are just breaking now that we're going to show everybody, and yeah, we should give away to one of each of those 2. Right?
So let me pull up the website here, and these are
There it is.
exclusive at SD Bullion. You got the 1 ounce Silver Eagle stack round. We're gonna give away the 1 ounce,
Yep.
the 2 ounce, and the 5 ounce tonight. So stay tuned. That's gonna be at the end of the stream. And these are all available for purchase right now at SD Bullion. Link in the description. And they do have intro pricing. Is that right, Chase?
Mhm.
Yeah, definitely be intro pricing. And another easy way to find it is just the first banner on the homepage or /stacker will also get you there.
So when it says as low as on that screen, it's one price, no matter if you bought 1 or 100, right? At this point.
That's the intro pricing. So
Yes,
basically,
that's how
you
it
know
works.
how sometimes it's tiered. So right
Mhm.
now you're gonna get the same price. You know, if you blink in a week or 2, there's gonna be tiers and you're not gonna have the option. You're gonna have to pay. You have to buy a lot to get the same price, right?
Mm-hmm. So, Yankee, I know you said you had a video. Are we able to bring that up, or what do we?
Oh boy, yeah. I just got it, so now I need to share that, right?
And then we got to talk about how these awesome things are made. I mean, the stacker rounds. A lot of people know them. They've been around. The Lion has been around for what, 10
Mhm.
years, Josh?
Yeah, September, I think it hits 11 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right, I'm ready to share it. Here we go.
Yeah, go ahead. Let's see it.
I don't think there's music, is there? Oh, there's no music.
But it is. Wow.
Oh, that's okay. That's all right. Can you see it? Yeah, you can see it.
Look at that. Fantastic. So this looks like the 1 ounce.
Yeah, nice and thin. That's the first time we've ever seen a 1 ounce stacker, right? Is that the first
That's
time?
right. This is the first ever. That is correct.
Wow.
That's the
So
2
then we got
ounce
the
there.
2 ounce as well. So they're the same diameter. So it's going to be, is it exactly twice as thick, Josh, for the 2 ounce?
Yeah. Yep. That's right. So there's a 1 ounce, a 2 ounce, and a 5 ounce, and they all interlock and stack together and
There
don't
it is.
scratch. The eagles do not scratch each other.
Chunky.
There's the 5 ounce. You can tell it's chunky.
Okay.
That is thick. Can I show a video too?
All right, go ahead. I've stopped.
Yeah.
So I got the one over, let's see here. This is the one over at SD Bullion. They posted a short of it.
Mhm.
And look how thick. Oh, man, the 5 ounce is so chunky. Are you down with the
Never
thickness?
seen it.
Are you down?
Am I
Yeah,
down?
you'll see here at the very end. The coolest part is they all stack on each other. Right, so that's the 5.
Mhm.
Yeah, so you can put the 5, the 2, and 1 ounce on top of each other, and they can all fit in the same size tube. So you can literally buy whatever combination you want of these things, and they're all going to stack and fit in the same tube.
Hey, can I show
so
that? Can I show that
Yeah.
live here? Let me do that. Pin me, man. Pin me.
All right, let me try and bring you to the forefront here. I'm gonna add a pin. I
There we
wonder
go.
if I could maybe unpin the other guys here.
Full screen it, can you?
Yeah, I'm gonna try and make it. Sorry, guys. I'm gonna try and.
I'm literally
No worries.
wearing gloves for this.
There we
guys.
go.
I
There we go.
didn't
I
realize that.
brought Yankee to the forefront.
There's, see, we don't need a video. I'm showing it right now. This is awesome. There's the
Beautiful.
chunky one, nice and thick. There's the incuse. I want to show the detail on the back too here. So it says 5 troy ounce, 3/9 fine silver, Scottsdale Mint, stacker round. You know, I have to be honest with you. I bought a whole tube of the 2 ounce, all right, not long ago. Super happy with them. I'll tell you, Mrs. Yankee went, oh, what are those? She's never done that with any of the silver I've ever unboxed. She was
Wow.
stunned by it. It was really unprompted. I was like, check it out. And so I showed her both the incuse and this convex side right there. Look at that. Look at the lines. All right. So look, I'm going to put that back in the tube.
So it fits in a 40
Regular tube.
diameter. Oh, regular.
Yep.
Like a
Yep.
round tube.
Regular.
Yep. Then here's all my, you got the tubes. So you can put the two in there. And you said the eagles won't scratch, right?
Obviously
If you line it up, right?
line them up, and they won't grind on each other. That's correct.
All right. So while you talk,
Yeah.
I will do this.
Let's do that. Let me bring Josh back up. Josh, can you talk a little bit about sort of the creation of this product? You know, kind of the backstory behind it.
Yeah, oftentimes I would say people that invest in silver, they always want things at the cheapest price, but then they also love to have amazingly beautiful things. And so this is where, people get into gifting and collectibles and different stuff. The hard thing to do is both. And so you can offer something inexpensive, but it definitely doesn't have as much labor, as much time, as much tooling into it. So we originally developed the stacker round as a product that was a reasonable price point, and we launched that in 2014. And I would say millions and millions and millions of ounces have been sold over the last decade of the stacker product. So it's been a high volume mover. Where I think we kind of pushed the envelope was how do we do something else? I mean, we're not the U.S. Mint. We're a private company. The iconic coin throughout the world is the U.S. Mint silver eagle and also the gold eagle. And while we're not trying to be the U.S. Mint, we wanted to put out a product that can hold its own against it. And while a lot of people say, well, it's backed by a government, well, who do you call? Who do you call at a government?
What does that mean?
who do you call and say, hey, there's something wrong? Are they going to stand behind it? It's very difficult. And I think for a private company, we wanted to put out a product that was in the hemisphere of what a Silver Eagle costs, but even more brilliant. I have an idea why your wife maybe liked it. Is it probably reminds her of jewelry. So it pops a lot differently. So a Silver Eagle, while they look good, they're matte. And so,
Yes.
if you notice, what we did is the surface, we have a matte eagle on the top, and then if you flip it, it's high polish. So it kind of gives you a little bit of, it's playing with the light a little bit differently. We wanted something that just could really
Goodness.
cause you to just not want to own just a few of them, but you're just going to want to continue to buy them.
Dragons,
and it's made here in America.
Dragons, what's your favorite side?
I like the reverse.
You do?
The high polish I think looks. I mean, both sides are fantastic, but I kind of like the eagle looking to the right as well. I don't know why it pops in my mind.
I love the feathering.
Yeah.
This design is insanely beautiful. That's what, and yes, I'll have to ask her about that if it's like a jewelry reminds her of that. That's interesting.
As you hold up a stack of these, and if I could hit the light, they just, the way the light, they just, precious metals are supposed to be precious, but oftentimes the stuff that we buy is, it doesn't look all that great. But yeah, this is the type of stuff, and this is all three of them stacked together. So the 5, the 2 ounce, and the 1 ounce, and they're something that you're going to want to hold. You're going to want to share it, hand it out, gift it, own it. And I think I may have mentioned it on another show. I've always tasked the team at Scottsdale Mint that as we develop things, there are different designs that appeal to different people, but we really want to put a lot into it where when people eventually do sell their gold and silver, that the stuff that we manufacture is some of the ones that you don't want to sell or the last you sell. So stuff that's treasured. And this is something where, one day, a lot of people stack to, they might flip it in hard times, or you need cash, or other times people they want to gift it, to their family, in their estate, when they die or whatever. So this is something it's iconic, it's timeless, and it's something that hopefully we'll appreciate quite nicely in the decades ahead.
It's deep stack. That's what it is, man. That's what it is for me. It's deep stack.
I think so too. And this is an exclusive right here with SD Bullion. Let me bring up Chase here as well. And let's see here. Add the pin. Maybe I'll bring Yankee to the back just for the moment.
No, it's fine. Keep the coins on the screen. They look good.
So let's talk about that a little bit, Chase. These are only available at SD Bullion right now, correct?
Yeah, we were blessed to work with Scottsdale on this whenever we first saw it, and we do have the exclusive on it at SD Bullion. So all 3 sizes. Keep in mind, this is the first ever 1 ounce Scottsdale stacker. So, Josh and I were talking about this before. The quality, and Yankee, you can see it, and anybody that buys it, when you get it, it'll pop to you, just like most Scottsdale Mint products do. But people have tried to do similar things where you can stack products, but they're usually very expensive, right? You're talking $100 an ounce for silver. So for Scottsdale to be able to pull this off, that quality, obviously it meets the stacker's need as a stacker at a price that's similar or lower price than the U.S. Mint Silver Eagle. We're very excited to have the exclusive and to have all the products. And we had the 2 ounce for sale for, I don't know, maybe a handful of weeks, and the 1 and 5 ounce are there now. So we're getting it out to the market, letting everybody know, hey, this is the first time. And we got to talk about the stacker, right? Like Josh and Scottsdale Mint, and, kind of the history of Scottsdale Mint is so intertwined with these stacker products. It's really how they made their name. And so for them to go a decade without making a new stacker product and to come out with this Silver Eagle stacker at this quality, I mean, I was super excited when I saw this thing, and you can see it on screen. You can see why. I think, like Josh said, it's going to be a staple for years to come. People are going to want to buy these and stack them. So I think, for the audience, and even for myself, Josh, like going back to when you started Scottsdale Mint, you know, there was the story of you bought the technology for stacker bars, right? What was it about the stacker that really, the concept of stacking product? Because I don't know if anybody was doing that back then or if you were kind of first to do that. But
Not,
yeah, tell
yeah,
us about that.
yeah. So for those that don't know, in 2008, I started what's now what you know is Scottsdale Mint in my guest bedroom. So that was approaching 17 years ago, and we outsourced the manufacturing to other facilities. Made some of our stuff. And there was a company called Academy. There was a refinery in Albuquerque, and then they were part of a 5 company roll up by a company known as Materion. They're on, I believe, they're still on the New York Stock Exchange, and they were making stacker bars, but my company held the trademark to stacker. So they were just producing with the lion logo there in Albuquerque, and my company at the time was not manufacturing and was working with some of the executives at that company. You know, big boardroom. Public companies don't have the same mindset as private smaller companies, and at the time they were doing what's called sputter targets. So sputter targets are high tech. They're gold, silver, platinum, palladium. Think like you need to do thin film for semiconductors or on glass, and they're sputtering at the micron level, the metal. Well, there's a fairly well-known company called Apple that launched the iPad around that time. So they were so busy making targets for the Apple products, they couldn't keep up on with bullion, and they also didn't want to sell. They also didn't really think that bullion was in their future. They just wanted to stay more on the electronics and the technology side, which is what they still do to this day. And so I bought that. I bought that investment bar division from Materion and moved the equipment and the engineering. Did not take any staff immediately, but just so happens that the head of sales, head of production, head of R&D, and one of their other manufacturing guys moved to Scottsdale, and that's what started. Basically, built out in 2011. We brought, instead of made by Materion, it was made by Scottsdale Mint, and we still make that stacker bar product for other well-known other names are on them. Banks have them, and then we fulfill them. And then I think it was in a couple years later, though, you know, really the goal that I had for Scottsdale was not just to be a bar only company, was to do coins and to have a vision, and you know, one country at a time. And now we produce, you know, legal tender coins for roughly 20 foreign governments and central banks. And part of that was also just is building beautiful things and making things. So today we make more than, you know, I think last year we did over 1,000 different products. And, you know, in 2014, we came out with the stacker round. And that was, you know, kind of the first kind of step away from just bars. So we do bars in 10-ounce, kilo, and 100-ounce, and they're still a staple and you know, heavy production. But we wanted to produce something that had that a little bit even more artistic value in a more traditional coin shape. So that was the stacker round, and we came out with that in you know, as Chase mentioned, it's now been almost 11 years. So there's a lot of engineering that goes into it. You know, how like kind of making beautiful things, but doing it in a timely manner and in a speed manner. You know, especially to keep up with the guys. You know, SD Bullion moves a lot of metal, and they can sell out of an initial allotment in a matter of hours. So you have to stock shelves and keep them flowing. So this is, you know, something, if you're doing, you know, let's say proof. It's not a proof product, but it is proof-ish in terms of what it looks like. It is gorgeous. So we've kept it, you know, in the realm of bullion pricing, and we're able to produce it and bring it out to the masses. So we really kind of push the staff to see, can we also do this in a 1 ounce? And it is not, you know, this isn't heavy automation. There's a lot of hand work that goes into this, but we're able to still dial it in to where we can produce, you know, these things in within, you know, reasonable time frame to keep that price point in the zone of Silver Eagles or what people are accustomed.
Is that 1 ounce technically challenging?
It is.
Really?
Yeah. So think of it like the more like to do something with this type of relief is difficult. So a lot of people don't realize when you're pressing a coin, You put a blank inside of a collar, and you have a die on the top and the bottom, and you're smashing it together. So you're trying to move the silver. Well, when you move the silver, it squirts out the sides. Sometimes it doesn't fill properly, so or it just doesn't look right, and so it can be very difficult. And so, like doing a big boy like the 5 ounce takes a lot more pressure, right? So you've got, you're pressing a bigger item. Well, then what's tricky about the 1 ounce is it's more delicate. You have less metal to work with. So, moving that much metal without ripping and shredding and stretching the metal, at least visually, is is fairly difficult to do. Again, it's one thing if you're trying to make a handful of these. It's another thing where you've got to keep up with the guys at SD, where they're I think the biggest mover of gold and silver out
bullion.
there.
Yeah.
But yeah, you guys kill it. So, when we produce things, we always do stress tests on our equipment, our tooling. How do we keep up with it? Because you can always produce a small amount, but what happens if you got to make 100,000 in short order? So that is what we've been working on for a while, and very excited to bring this out to show you guys.
Well,
Yeah, I remember whenever they first told me about the 2 ounce, like they being my internal team, and I don't know, I saw it and I just knew that the first stacker in a decade. And by the way, if you want to see the original stacker bars that Josh is talking about that they started with, you can go to sdbullion.com/stacker, and you'll see the original bars that they started with, and then the original rounds. And then when I saw this, and it was a 2 ounce version, and like you were just showing on the screen, Yankee, about the eagles and the feathering and just everything, instantly I was like, this is going to be a hit. And they told me like basically the ounce commitment, and we blew past that, I think, in the first couple days once we took this to market. So it's been fun. We're excited to have the product. I was going to ask you, Josh, what was the inspiration? When did you have the idea to say like, hey, we have the original Lion stacker, I want to do another, like that's your staple stacker round. What was it that made you want to do another one?
There are like it kind of needs to be, it needs to be special. It needs to look right. I don't think we've ever produced an Eagle product outside of maybe we've done a special like July 4th product or something. It really needed to be something beautiful that can hold its own. I feel like other mints have tried to do things like the Eagle, and they just kind of fall flat.
Yeah.
So we wanted to push something that was iconic. I do think there's a resurgence in pride in America. We've got a lot of problems, right? But we're hopefully gonna see through. And so that concept of just trying to make something beautiful that had a little bit of Americana in it, and it worked. It is difficult when you're stacking and trying to flow metal, with how do you get the design to work? And when we saw this kind of concept of an eagle kind of tight, just looking to the side, we knew we had to give this a try. So this was our first concept, and we were able to make it work. So kudos to the team. I've got a lot of great engineers, a lot of great minds, between creative, dye production, the guys on the floor, to really, come together. And we have, R&D, research and development. We try to come up with ideas, and it can be tricky. And, we're very fortunate. We've settled in. The manufacturing division has fully moved, as of last October, into our new facility in Wyoming. So, kind of bringing all the brains together, focused on producing products. As we're pretty excited. There's a lot more in, I call it Skunk Works. We have a lot of other types of products that we hope to be bringing out in the months ahead. So yeah, just kind of pushing the team to do different things, and do different projects. And we do an awful lot of contract manufacturing, especially with the tariffs have hit certain items from certain countries coming in. and we've definitely been busier on the contract manufacturing side. So making sure, one, we take care of our customers, but also bring out new things to work with great customers like SD, that we can bring to market.
Can you pin me? I want to show something I don't think I've ever done before. I'm
Uh-oh,
holding.
face reveal?
No, not that. Jeez. I'm literally holding a stack of 26 ounces
Look at
of
that.
silver in one hand. I'm being careful. I don't want to drop it. But the interlocked aspect of
It's tight.
it's tight. I could put all 26 of these ounces in one of these regular tubes that usually has, what, 20 in there? That is amazing.
Oh, interesting.
You know what I'm saying?
Because it's
dense.
like
It's all
clicked
interlocked dense
together, there's
Yep.
less dead space
Ah.
as opposed to coins where they will
I
have
know.
the edge and the rim, and there's
Isn't
going to
that
be dead
amazing?
space. Wow, so you could fit more silver in a tube.
So you got
gotta buy
26 ounces in there?
That's
awesome.
unbelievable.
Yeah, I know. It's kind of funny. But it's really neat. I love the way it interlocks like that. I don't normally do that, so I just wanted to show you. I
You
saw
got
Josh
26
holding it up.
ounces in there.
I got 26 ounces in here.
Yeah, so I would say a lot of the tubes will have, I believe a lot of them will come in 20s. They'll have some kind of topper so they
Oh
don't
yeah, this one is flat.
move. But
This
you're
one's
right. If you want to go full bore, yeah, that's
Well, it's
there
nice
you
for
go.
your stacks. More
I just
efficient.
thought it
So
was
I can get
cool.
6 more ounces per tube.
I just thought that was
That's
cool.
fantastic.
I just wanted
Yeah,
to do what
so for
Josh
those
was
that
doing
are
with his one
maxing
hand.
out their gun safes, yeah, these are tight.
So
Yeah.
Which is also the benefit of the stacker bars as well. So that's, people put them in safety deposit boxes or safes or vaults because they do interlock. They are space saving.
So Yankee and I probably didn't mention it, but we actually made a promise to the chat that we were going to go, what was it, the top 10 comments we're going to guarantee answers to, Yankee?
Oh, that's right. Yes.
We
that is
promised
true.
all of the people. So I have the Q&A going, and anything else you guys want to mention before we get to the Q&A, because we might go long.
Yeah, but we're at least going to do what? 10, you said?
we promised to do 10, and
I
then we'll
know.
get to some
Yep.
other ones, but that's the minimum, right? That's what we agreed
That's
on?
the minimum. Yep.
All right. Anything else you guys want to say before we do the live Q&A here?
Not, thank you, Tuli. Non-super chat questions. That's correct. Any super chats get right to the front of the line. That's cool. All right. So, yeah. Any questions? Let me switch over.
If you guys want, we could get right into them.
Yeah.
I think we go in there and see what happens. Yeah, thanks for sharing that, though, Josh. I think it's very fascinating when you have products like this come to market to get to hear from the guys that are making them. It's a lot better than hearing from guys like us. So I appreciate that.
Well, it takes all of us to figure out how to make things work, and then bring it to the people.
Uh-oh, I think we have a question in the super chat, Yankee.
Oh, not that one. Tiger. Any plans to do a stacker of the rigged wheel?
No, rigged
the
wheel.
wheel is not rigged.
Okay.
But we will be doing the giveaways on the wheel. So just FYI, you need to put something in the chat in order for me to harvest the name and put it on the wheel.
Which is exactly what the second question was from Mitch. How do we get the free silver at the end of the stream? And so how do they do it, Yankee?
Just put something in the chat. You do need to be a subscriber for Silver Dragons, but then you'll be able to put something in there.
Okay, so and then the first question from MR for the whole Q&A, the very first question, what's up with the next commander? When's it coming out? We knew they were going to ask it, so
You knew.
Can we get an update?
Can we get breaking news? No, we don't want an update. We want something huge tonight, Chase. Come on, baby. You can do it.
Summer, and we are on the brink of summer. So
well, I'm trying to figure out how long we're gonna have, like how many times we're gonna answer the commander question. So I can only give out so much information every answer, and at the end we'll have the full answer, right?
Right.
Yeah, you can see behind me the posters, right? I got a blank spot over there I got to fill up, so we'll see who's next. I believe they told me July. It's going to be the next one, and then the anchor commander this year is going to, for the year, like the last one we release, which I believe Josh has a 2026 date on it. So it's a 2026 Commander series that we launch at the end of this year. I think is going to be the biggest Commander period for the series.
Wow.
All time. And we're gonna switch it up. It's so unique that we're going to do something different on the rounds on the coins too, to make it even that much more special for that specific Commander release. So all the Commander series followers, you got the next one dropping here over the summer, and then the one we're anchoring the year with, it's going to be really, really special. So we're still brainstorming with everybody of what specifically we're going to do, but we're going to do something unique that's just for that one product of the whole series. So we're very excited to bring that to market at the end of the year.
So we have 2 more coming out this year. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. And that's all we're getting? One in the summer and one at the end of the year?
We have to tease everyone, but not too much. So
okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yankee, there was another super chat asking about the Galaxy bars. Every time, Josh, every time we have you on, you know what we need to do? We need to do an exclusive Galaxy bar with SD.
Right.
I don't know. I'm just throwing it out there. But are they coming back? Any updates?
So I have some in the vault.
Ooh.
But if you knew how big the wait list was, and then how few bars we have, we have not been able to replicate it. And so for those that don't know, it was a cold day, and we did not even have the HVAC fully working, so the heat in our building in Wyoming, and we were just testing some things out with the equipment, and some of the silver came out with the most galaxy-like structure on the surface. So it's essentially silver grain, which we do often see from time to time, but it was so bright. I think we threw up a little like Instagram, TikTok video, and it just went so viral. And the difficulty is like if we bring this to market and we only have a small amount, and we have, let's say, more than 5 figures of people on a wait list for an item, it's kind of scary. So we're kind of hoping that maybe it happens again and we're able to capture that moment and bring it out. But yeah, like I said, we have, our skunk works, R&D, we're always trying new things, and so it's there. So if you're on the wait list, maybe one day we're able to capture a bunch of it, and replicate something that I still feel is something to do with cooling, incredibly high purity. It was probably more than like a 5.9 silver purity level.
Whoa.
Was it some kind of cooling effect, the barometric pressure? It was at that day. It was one of the coldest days of the year. I believe it was sub-zero. So we weren't running, like I said, we had no heat on in the building. I'm not a metallurgist at that level to understand, and no one has been able to completely replicate it yet. So maybe one day we'll be able to bring something out.
Mm-hmm. All right. Question number 3, because we got to get through at least 10. Is asking about they're asking about the Eagle stackers. Are they 39 millimeter? What's the diameter?
Yep. Yeah. So they'll fit in a 39 millimeter tube. So that is correct.
All right. That was from Larry. Yankee, I'm gonna have you monitor the regular chat, and I'm gonna go through the Q&A if that's all right.
I do. That's fine. Idaho Silver Moose dropped you a $2 super chat. Will the Commander series ever have Christ on it?
Ooh. Whoa. That is the first time I've heard that one.
You've never heard that? Okay.
Nope.
Interesting.
That's the first time that's been thrown out.
A different type of commander, not at least to date, not a military commander, but
at least to date. I love that. Yes.
There's still time.
There's still time.
Yes. Okay. So we got question 4, I guess. Andrew Barlow, are the Eagle stackers going to be done on a limited run or mass produced? What's the mintage?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, these are open. It's an open mintage item. So a lot of times when we do things limited, price goes up. So we wanted something that was basically put it on repeat and keep stacking. And so
I love it.
it's kind of, this is meant for the masses, as opposed to just, hey, there's only a small bit of them. So this is something that will be producing in perpetuity. And I think once you see them, you're gonna want to keep going. So
Yeah, I saw somebody mentioning in the chat that they're teaching their kids about stacking with these, and I sent you that video, Josh, of my son. Like, I got my stackers in, and the first thing he did was just start stacking them. He's a kid, and I sent you that video. It was like so easy a kid can do it. It's a great segue into understanding what stacking is. And so, yeah, it's going to be uncapped. It's going to be something that hopefully is in everybody's stack, but part of their stack. You know, eventually. We talked about this too the other day, is like after you kind of get your seed stack, your Eagles, your junk and all that, you kind of get tired of buying the same stuff, and you're always wanting to branch out and buy things like this, the Commander series, the Cowboys, all that stuff. So it's going to be a staple for a long time.
I think it will be too. Let's see. Question 5 from Kevin. When is the next silver squeeze? Let's go. What
Get
is
busy.
it?
Who knows?
I don't know. You know, the people that were behind the last one, I haven't heard from them. So I don't know what happened.
All right.
I think the real silver squeeze will come when retail wakes up. It'll probably take an event, right? Some kind of event in the financial market that makes people, run at the same time. So we've seen the central bankers and the bankers have been gobbling up precious metals over the last number of months, but the retail market is kind of unaware of maybe the vulnerability of the tightness in precious metals. I think the news is talking about gold a lot, and platinum just had a pretty big jump out of nowhere because China suddenly imported a bunch of platinum. So there definitely is a mineral race, and silver is going to be part of that excitement for sure.
Okay. What are we on to? Number 6. Silverista. Any chance for a cowboy stacker? Oh, that's a question.
Oh, yes.
Well, we may or may not have something that's kind of in that vein, right, Josh?
Ooh.
We can't disclose too much on this.
Oh, man.
Man.
But I love the ideas and comments, because sometimes there's stuff that we maybe haven't thought of that perhaps it inspires us to make things happen. So I would say the cowboy program, it has been incredibly successful. I think the sales of that kind of blew everyone away, and so turning it into it's a staple product. But now we're rolling out. We've got the Rifleman, and there's going to be it's going to continue to expand out. So it's been a fantastic product that people just keep wanting to own. And I think seems like we're bringing in a lot of new buyers, is what I'm hearing. Is because stuff, it's just so alluring, and once you get it, you can't stop.
Yeah, once you get a Scottsdale Mint product in your hand, it's hard not to buy more. That's my personal problem.
Yep. Yeah, exactly. Right. And honestly too, I mean, whether it's the Rifleman, a Cowboy, or even the stackers, the radial lines, I know you, Josh, they're not security features or anything, but they are super hard to counterfeit. Yeah. This is high quality silver that you're getting at bullion prices. Hey, I know. Oh, okay, go ahead. Nope.
I was just saying, a lot of the effort, there is a look, there's function, flow, and then you're right. We know our tooling. The like on the back of the stacker bars, they have a very unique swirl pattern that's unique to our tooling. So we know right away of what this stuff looks like. But then I think you're right, as the light hits it, it's a pretty cool effect.
Jonathan O'Brien says, I can't wait to stack 26 of them in one tube.
Yeah.
We were talking about this even before the live stream started. You can mix and match these. I mean, you can get a few 2s, get a 1, get a 5. And
I don't know anything else that's like that. That was,
I love it.
Yeah, and actually, someone did not in the Q&A, but I saw earlier they asked if there's going to be a 1 ounce lion.
Ooh.
Is that on the horizon?
I can't deny.
Can neither confirm nor
I
deny.
cannot confirm or deny.
Oh,
But yeah,
brother.
obviously,
You running for any office? No.
I'm
That's
just
great.
learning.
That's great.
Yankee, any other?
I'm searching through.
So okay,
It
I'll
should be sticking in the Q&A, but I don't see anything
sure.
here.
Okay, I did see Tiger Stacker. He said everyone's subscribed to Yankee. Maybe if he gets to
boy.
200K, he will unrig the wheel. What do you
Oh,
say, Yankee?
My word.
Definitely subscribe to
Can't
Yankee.
unrig. You cannot unrig what is not rigged. But I do have some gold. I am going to be giving away some gold at 200,000. It's coming up soon, guys.
Yep.
Anyway.
If you're not subscribed to Yankee, you definitely need to. Okay. Question. I think we're at 7. FG Stacker. Josh, can we get a bullion coin from the country of Micronesia, the only country in the world without a silver coin ever?
Oh, my.
Wow.
Never heard of that.
I never heard of that.
I know of them.
Huh.
That'd be a heck of a trip to get out there and propose something. But you never know.
You guys
I
make
think
coins for
the
how many
funniest one
countries?
someone asked was there's an island, I believe it's called Sealand. Has anyone ever heard of this?
Mm-mm.
I think it's Sealand,
Okay.
and it's literally an oil rig that someone bought in the middle of the ocean, and they're claiming some status, and so it feels a little bit like, what was that Kevin Costner Waterworld?
Waterworld.
Yeah, it kind of has a little bit of that kind of vibe going on, but
Sealandia. So Rick said Sealandia.
is it Sealandia? Is that what
I
it?
don't
Yeah,
know.
yeah. Interesting.
Okay. And then, so people are asking. Let's see, Jonathan, are this eagles able to be interlocked? Yes. Paul asked, can we make a cowboy stacker like these? And I think we have one more from. Let's see. Is there any plans to put this in a bar? Oh, interesting. The eagle in a bar, a design.
Can you pin me while you talk?
Yeah, you can show off the interlocking.
Man,
Absolutely.
you're just everyone's just giving us some
Yeah.
serious challenges. I love we love challenges. So yeah.
There's the interlocking. There it is.
Yeah, so it's not the rim. So
Right.
Some people are like, it's a stackable thing, but a lot of times it's just the rim that's doing it. This is actually it's the image, and it is interlocking in a much different manner.
Wow,
and then it does not. They're not scratching each other.
that is nice.
That's fantastic. And one thing I wanted to point out too, if we go back to the website briefly, you could just see that it's a little bit cheaper if you get the bigger ones, right, Josh? So like this,
per ounce.
As you get bigger per ounce, it's a better deal.
Yeah. Yep, that's correct.
Yep.
Okay.
That's pretty standard. Yeah.
Okay. And then, all right. So, and then the last question was if you're going to make cases for the flag and cross ones.
Oh, case. You mean like a capsule?
Yeah.
Oh, for the cross and flag silver bars, maybe?
Yeah.
Yeah, the cross and flag. Yep.
No.
Okay.
I assume they're saying like a cat. I don't think so.
Okay.
I wrap mine.
Yeah, some type of case
Little
holder
wrap,
for the
yeah.
cross and flag bars. Okay. So that was the 10. We got through 10. We guaranteed it,
We
and we
did
did
it.
it. And we
We
still
can
have
do a
time
few
for more.
Yeah. But it's good that we at least guaranteed 10 because we
And-
can get carried away.
Yes, and I wanted to guarantee the top 10 because if you get them in early, I think we should do that every week, Yankee. Don't you think?
The top 10?
Yeah, sure. Just
So
the
somebody
first
comes
10
in
people.
later.
Yeah.
So if somebody comes in later, they have no chance. How
Well,
about we
they
take the
might.
bottom 2 if we have time? We can work from the bottom. If we have some extra time, we can look at the bottom 2.
Okay, so I have seen a lot of questions, and I'd like to get your guys' opinion on this. For Florida making gold and silver legal tender, maybe we could start with Josh. Any comment on that? How it would work, or what you think about it?
Yeah, I think it's a fantastic trend, and I think what's starting to happen is some of the states are wanting to go a little bit closer back to the constitutional money. And so you're seeing bills really across the country are coming into play. And so whether or not people are going to transact in them or not, the fact that we are getting closer, and there are a number of states that are taking measures to own the metal as well. So what I'd love to see from Florida, I think that's a great first step. I'd love to see Florida say, you know what, maybe we should own some on our balance sheets. We're seeing other states, Utah just recently has added gold to their balance sheets for the first time, and Wyoming, a bill just passed, and then I hope to share more about that in the near future. But I mean, some of these states have billions of dollars, so you can imagine if they just are using some proper allocation measures, a lot of the states are going to start to compete with the central banks. That's my prediction. So you're going to see a lot of the states grow into the hundreds of millions and eventually billions in gold at least. And they're going to start rivaling some of the foreign central banks. So states like where I'm at, Wyoming has essentially it's a mineral trust, but it's essentially like a sovereign wealth fund where they make investments. So there's roughly 30 billion in that of a state of little over 500,000 people. So it's a lot of capital. So I think what Florida is doing, what DeSantis is doing, you know, is a really good. It's a good sign of what's happening, and I think consumers do not own enough precious metals. Obviously, I'm in the business, but I believe in what and what I produce and what I make. And you're seeing what's happening in the government. I think, you know, there's an element I think we've watched already this year. You know, Doge came out of the gate. You know, they're trying to do their best to cut, but the politicians aren't codifying this. They're not taking the next step. So now the question is, can we spend our way out of this? I'll let everyone guess how this is all going to work.
Dragons, you did a video on Florida's action.
Yeah, dropped it today. Yeah.
So Learcy, you know him, asked about time Florida dumped the tax on bullion purchases under $500. Did they actually do that with this legislation?
No.
It doesn't, does it?
No, it looks like they're lowering the tax from 7.5% to 6% on the world coins if you purchase less than $500. So the thing is, though, if you live in Florida, you got to buy more than $500 at once if you're buying bullion.
That's sales tax?
Yeah, sales tax. Yeah.
So what about when
tax on real
talking
money,
about buying?
period.
They're talking about being able to transact in gold and silver.
So right,
True.
that was you're right. That the main part about the bill was transacting in the metals, but they did include a small thing about the tax on it because people were wondering if that would get removed. They should have taken it off, right? Like a lot of states don't have tax on it.
It's crazy.
Yeah. I had to pinch myself. I thought I was in a dream. You know, it's one thing whenever a smaller state does something, but when the governor of Florida comes on live TV and says that the dollar is going down, you should have gold and silver. You're like,
oh, I listened to Ron's signing ceremony. That he said some amazingly good things. Right?
I was like, can you get on the? Yeah, I mean,
it was good.
One of the greatest sales pitches I've ever heard for gold and silver. I mean, from that level, right? So I was
right.
I thought we'd see a little bit more activity of people piling in, but we didn't. It goes back to what Josh said. There's so few ownership still, and James covers this all the time on our channel. How even at big family offices, how much physical gold is actually owned. But man, when you see the governor of Florida go on and say that, you're like, feels like the tide is maybe finally turning. You know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I would say. And for those that might be watching that have been in it along maybe decades, we're very early still in terms of how these things are all going to play out. I would say, depending on which report you read, it's somewhere in the single digits on metal. So it could be, 2, 3, 4%, maybe as high as 7, 8%. The reality is, and for those that have been following my new X account, I've been talking about there's going to be a gold renaissance this decade. And I truly believe, and where that means is it's becoming, people are realizing that it's important to the financial balance sheets, and governments around the world are clamoring for more gold. and you're going to see consumers in the U.S. We haven't had those that are alive. We've never had a currency crisis. Well, we're in one, right? And it's not even gotten that bad, but I think we're all feeling like the dollar versus the other currencies is hanging. It's doing okay, but not versus anything that we need to buy. And so things just are not making sense, and it's just going to probably continue this way. And especially if another something happens, right? A war, another virus, whatever they're going to cook up, they're just going to keep printing again. And so this is, I envision a scenario where just like maybe the culture of India, and then I think what's happening in China, people buy with every paycheck, they buy gold and silver. So this is something in the United States that is going to grow. I don't believe that there's enough long term. There's not enough of us in the industry, and so we just have to grow and support and be prepared for what's coming.
You're right. I think we live, well, the government and our central banks live crisis to crisis. 2001, 2008, 2020, we are due for another one. And the central bank, our Fed, acts both as a monetary arsonist and as the firefighters. They set the fire in our economy, and then they say, "Hey, we're here to help rescue you." And
Print your way out of it.
horrible. We
Never heard
have
that.
to
That's pretty
protect
funny.
ourselves. We got to protect ourselves with precious metals.
Yep. And we did have one question here for Josh. Like the 1 ounce Scottsdale Mint Lion cast gold bars, are you able to do 1/10 ounce or 1/4 ounce bars? Oh, interesting. In the gold. Is that something you guys have thought about?
In gold, we've done some custom projects that are smaller, so if that's of interest to people, I've seen half ounce cast. Obviously, with the price of gold where it is, the fractionals are becoming much more interesting for people. So yeah, that could definitely be something for us to look into a little more.
And then Chase, people are asking how many of the Eagles ship in a tube? How many do you need to buy to get one tube? Is it 20?
I
That's
think
I
it's-
got 10, yeah, 10. It
Yeah.
was 20 ounces. I had 10.
Well,
of the
yeah, because you got
2
the 2 ounce, right? So it's
Yeah,
it's
I
going
got
to
the
ship
tube.
20 ounces a tube, right, Josh?
Right.
So
I think it is the only one that, and it definitely check on their website. It should say at their website when you're checking out how much per tube, but the 5 ounces might be 5 per tube, but it definitely
it's
check.
5.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure how those are loaded.
I just looked. It's 5. So they're going to ship
It
it
is
out
5.
in tubes of 20 ounces. Yep.
Okay. So yeah, like Tiger Stacker said he wanted to get a 1 ounce tube, a 2 ounce tube, and a 5 ounce tube. So how many would he need to get of each?
So looks like
Yeah,
20 for the 1 and 20 units for the 1 ounce, 10 units for the 2 ounce, and 5 units. So 25 ounces in the 5 ounce.
There you go.
But you're getting a little bit of savings. It's a
Mhm.
little less expensive to produce per ounce on those.
All right. And then we do have a question from Todd asking for silver price predictions for the year. Does anyone want to weigh in?
I'll let Josh do that one. I don't make predictions.
Oh, there's
Yeah.
just fun guesses.
Yeah.
We won't hold you to it.
I'm thinking low 40s.
I'm sticking with my 40 that we made our predictions earlier. I'm sticking with 40. Made it a while back.
Gold is the driver, at least at the moment, and silver's kind of being dragged along begrudgingly. Most of the excitement's right around the monetary metal right now, but I think we could see some excitement on silver at some point here.
You know what? I was talking to my local coin shop dealer, Tim, about volatility, and it's amazing to see the volatility in gold. Normally, I get my gold, I think it's going to be pretty stable, not fluctuate too much. Silver is where you're going to see a lot of fluctuation. Gold, a lot of the days I've been watching it, the percentage swings are bigger than silver.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, wow. And Tim was like, yeah, go back 25 years or 20 years. That's not the way it was.
No.
So
It's just
we're
so
in
much more
some
currency
interesting
chasing
times.
everything now, right?
Yeah.
I think all the money printed is what drives, because everything is like that. Everything is so volatile.
Mhm.
So you just have so much currency chasing all these things, and
Well,
that's what I think. But
and then we're heading in, we're ending quantitative tightening, and I think we're right at that inflection point. We're going to switch back to quantitative easing again. So
yes.
I think when that happens that's when the retail market wakes up. That's when crypto, if you guys remember, like when Bitcoin and Ethereum started to really run hard, what was going on? It was when during COVID, it was when the checks started going out. And when that money, the banks start lending, companies have more capital, stuff starts slushing. So this is when they start chasing some of the best assets. So I think this is going to be very interesting. Because that's essentially what the central banks are doing right now. So they're printing their fiat, and then they're adding the physical gold as they go. And some of them are doing it every month. So it's an interesting dynamic to watch when the retail wakes up.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of people throw around the $40 number. I think it's possible. I think if we have 40, it could just really blow up from there, though. Especially, like you said, when the retail market wakes up. We do have a question from Veteran Redbeard. Can Scottsdale Mint make capsules for their 10-ounce Vortex? Oh, interesting. A 10-ounce capsule. Is that something you guys have thought about?
Yeah, so apparently, there's not a lot of bars out there, silver bars at 10 ounce that have capsules. So I would say between that one, we have the Archangel Michael bar in that same format. You'll probably see more. So thank you for the idea. I will communicate that to the marketing team to explore.
And then there was a question on the Eagle stackers about the dies. Do they like wear out faster than a regular die? You know, like how many stamps can you get out of it compared, because of the high relief, right?
Yeah, there's a little more stress on them. And then a lot of times you can get wear and tear not only on your striking, but also like how often do you have to polish? And so the more you're polishing, you're wearing it down. So they do go through a little bit more pressure, more treatment than your average round. That's for sure.
All right. Well, what do you think, Yankee?
This is outside of Scottsdale, I think, unless Scottsdale's making this for me, but Eric wants to know the Tim Yankee round. Is it coming along? Thanks, Eric. It's coming. Hang in there. Final designs. It's coming.
Yeah, and let's remind people about the giveaway, because we got like a few minutes. We're going to do this giveaway. How do they enter, Yankee? Like, this is their chance, right?
Everybody that I've been reading in the chat has already entered. They just don't know it yet. No, if you want to enter, put something in the chat right now. I'm going to be harvesting the names very shortly.
And we're giving away
very quickly 3
giveaways tonight: the 1 ounce, the 2 ounce, and the 5 ounce Silver Eagle stacker round, which again we're asking for forgiveness.
Did you see Chase's face?
I kind of saw his face. I wasn't showing it on the screen, but
to talk about that later.
No.
We literally didn't ask. We're just kind of.
Yeah. Oops.
I'm gonna put it on Yankee. He's the one who said it.
What? No way.
I heard it.
Don't you throw me under the bus.
That was the record. It's on record. This is Yankees' fault.
Okay, it's always Yankees' fault. All right, fine. All right, that's it, guys. I'm going to grab the names right now and copy them out. Let's switch over. I'm going to need to share my screen.
Maybe you could. It should let you just get right to the front there. And good luck, everyone, on the giveaway. Man, this is a lot of fun.
Hey, can I say something real quick? There's the comment in here from Samron Jazz Bazaar. When can I link my bank to SD Bullion? I'm always getting an error. Write into sales at SD Bullion. Let them know. It's possible that some banks just can't link, and that's a possibility of what you're going through. But yeah, write into sales at sdbullion.com. Let them know the bank account, like the type of bank and the bank name you're trying to link, and they should be able to help you out.
Wait, hold on a second. Somebody set up a channel called Yankees Rigged Wheel? Unbelievable.
Awesome. I hope they win it.
All right, my name's on there, and if it lands on me, I will give away a 1 ounce
Something.
round.
Yankee
Something.
Stacking.
1 ounce silver round. Better not. Are you on this wheel?
I'm on the wheel.
Did you put
there.
something?
Yeah,
All right,
yeah,
fine.
of course.
Fine.
I'll give
All right,
some
here we
away
go.
if it lands on me. Sure.
All right, shuffle it up. We're going to do the 1 ounce first, right?
Yeah. 1 ounce.
1 ounce first.
Eagle
Here we go.
Stacker. Link in the description if you want to pick them up.
Good luck, everyone.
Yeah.
Oh, man. I can't believe somebody took the time to create that on. Oh,
I believe it.
yeah. Jeez. I'm never living this down. All right. We've got Shazam and Argent, Michael, T-Bird, Stanley, Tinkerman, Relevant Dancer, and Daryl Bodie. Yes, it looks like Daryl Bodie.
Daryl.
Congratulations, Daryl. You got the 1 ounce.
Yes.
Eagle
So
stack around.
go ahead and email me, Daryl. My email is silverdragons47@gmail.com. We just need your name, address, and phone number, and SD Bullion will send you out that awesome prize.
Somebody just put in a Tiger. Oh, Tiger. Someone put up the link for a Yankees rigged wheel. I think he probably wants to subscribe.
I'll subscribe to that channel.
Oh, no. Oh, wow. I thought you were my friend.
I just think they got a good sense of humor, all right?
They do. That is funny. Yeah.
So now we're doing the 2 ounce.
Non-rig nation, though, lives. I'm growing non-rig nation, one winner at a time. All right, we got Michael and Brett and Goldfinger and Paul and Ruben, Silverista, Dan A. Can Dan A hold on to it? I don't think he's going to. I think Brian M is going to steal it, and Brian did.
Congratulations.
Brian M, congratulations. He's got the 2 ounce Eagle stack around from Scottsdale. All right.
That'll go really good with your black 08 Civic LX, Brian.
I know, right? I love it. Okay. All right, and this is the big one. This is the
5 ouncer.
Ounce.
It's one of the biggest giveaways we've done in a very long time.
Yeah, it really is. Very generous of you. Thank you so much.
Thanks,
Chase.
SD Bullion.
We're in so much trouble.
We're just giving
Okay, here we go. No, really, SD Bullion's been a great partner of ours, and it's wonderful you're so generous to our stacking community. Thank you so much. All right, Frank J, well stacked, Shibui 99, overfed, Dan.
Kent Bishop.
Oh my word. Oh no, it's not. It's gonna be Matt.
Wow.
I thought Learcy Yanoam was gonna win, but no, it's Matt. Matt Jackson with the big win, 5 ounce Eagle stack around. Congratulations.
There it
And
is.
That's it.
Coin grats. And yeah, make sure to email me silverdragons47@gmail.com and we'll get those prizes sent out courtesy of SD Bullion.
Just look at this round. That is so beautiful.
Yeah, this
One of
was
my
a fun
favorite-
episode,
this-
guys.
Do you remember when we said the Cowboy round was the round of the year?
I was thinking the same thing. Yeah.
This is it, guys. No,
I think it overthrew
I
it.
don't know if they're gonna be. This is, in my opinion, this is the round of the year.
You know, we should maybe have them vote on it, you know? Because the Rifleman is kind of sick, though, especially the big one. I like they're both good.
I
They're
kind of
both
like
good.
the stacker. It's hard to beat
because
that one.
I didn't have any stackers, to be honest with you. So this is maybe that's why I'm just like.
I think it might be
enamored by
the
this thing.
round of the year. I think you're right.
Man.
All right.
All right.
Well, thank you so much, gentlemen, Chase and Josh, for joining us on Silver Pros. Any last words?
Yeah, thanks for having us. Since it is Silver Pros and somebody did ask what's going on maybe the rest of 2025, we will have to do a Silver Pros about the Mexican Libertad this year. I don't know if you guys have heard about that yet, but that is going to send some shockwaves through the silver stacking community for sure. So, yeah, more on
you just
that.
teasing that? That's it? We're okay. All right.
I don't think it'll be that hard to find information.
It's
but
coming out,
yeah,
though,
it's
this year, just limited, right?
very, very limited.
Right.
Crazy limited. So it's going to be a fun episode to cover what's going on with that product.
All right. And anything from Scottsdale side, Josh?
No, I'm just, hey, thanks for the support through the years. It's been kind of fun to evolve. Over what's almost been 2 decades. So yeah, thanks for tuning in.
All right.
Our pleasure. Thank you.
And everyone make sure, once again, to subscribe to Yankee Stacking's channel. His link is down below in the description. The next Silver Pros is going to be on his channel. You're not going to want to miss it. We have a lot of fun on these. Any last words, Yankee?
Nope. I think it was a blast. Can't wait to see everyone back on Silver Pros.
Stack like a pro.